Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And the Avengers 4 trailer is finally here. Can you guys believe it? And the trailer is glorious. Okay, so today we're gonna break down the trailer for you guys.
Break it down.
And of course, this video contains spoilers in case we are right about some of our predictions. So you guys need to seriously click away right now if you don't want any of those spoilers. But if you're ready, let's go. Okay, so the trailer starts off with Iron Man's helmet lying on the surface and it's half broken, which indicates the battle damages it took. And Tony sends a message to Pot saying that it's been 4 days since they exhausted their food and water, and you can see the growth of the beard and the shabbiness on his face, which indicates that he's exhausted and he's been there for a long time. Okay, and then we see the ship in which Nebula and Tony Stark are making their way back to Earth. And you can see the cosmos in the background. And then we see Stark on the cockpit gaping at something ahead of them. Probably they're approaching Earth now. Next, we switch to Titan, where Thanos has shed his armor thinking that there's no battle coming by, and he's happy and peaceful. And this is indeed a reference to the Infinity Gauntlet comics, wherein we see a similar scarecrow of Thanos. Then we see Thanos with the gauntlet still on his hand, walking by the crops and the flowers, and which is another reference to the comics wherein he becomes a farmer in the end of the story. And now we go back to Earth, to the Avengers headquarters, and we see a fully shaved Steve Rogers talking to Black Widow about what has happened and what they can do about it, or what they can do about it. Now, the next scene is quite interesting because we see Banner staring at Shuri's pig, which may indicate that Shuri has died or has been kidnapped or something like that. And it's not just Shuri, he laments even more by looking at Spider Man, the kid, Peter Parker. And now the next question is, who is ruling Wakanda now? I honestly think that it's M'Baku who's going to rule Wakanda because that's whom T'Challa would trust. And his sister is not there too, so it's gotta be M'Baku. Then we see a place from the Avengers HQ which resembles something we've seen a couple of months back, and that is a pic released by the Russo brothers, a set photo from Avengers 4, and this explains it. Then we see Thor, who's in complete regression, isolating himself from the rest of the Avengers, sitting in sadness and regretting his actions to not killing Thanos. We then see Nebula, and seeing the cylindrical body of the background, we can clearly make out that she's on the ship in which Tony Stark is back to Earth. Then we see this hand. It seems like a woman's hand. I'm thinking it's Black Widow. Can be Scarlet Witch because she died, right? So it's Black Widow, and she seems to be touching some kind of machinery, which we don't know what it is. And now for the next scene, we see Hawkeye in some kind of Chinese suit. And if you look at the background, it seems to be an Asian country with all the neon lights and the Asian text. And the next question is, why has he isolated himself and why has he turned heel? Well, I think that he was training in Asia to become a samurai or something like that. And why would he do that? Well, we have to wait till the movie comes out or at least the second trailer. Then we see Captain America staring at Peggy Carter's picture and saying something Black Widow. He says that he'll be worried if it doesn't work out fine and he'll have to be worrying about what he could do. And I think he's talking about time travel, of him traveling to the past and changing the events so that the Avengers can succeed. And now, for the big thing, we next see the most thing we've been waiting for, and that is the title, which was Avengers Endgame. We all thought it was going to be Avengers The Last Avenger, or at least Avengers Annihilation, but it's not that. It's Avengers Endgame. And then we see Scott Lang coming by Cap's or residential or something like that in a van. And from this, we can clearly make out that he's escaped from the quantum realm. Probably he's used a time vortex or something like that to go back to the past and change the events and come back to the future. And that's pretty interesting because he was trapped in the quantum realm and we thought he would be gone for a pretty long time, but no. And now for the movie theory. In the trailer, we never got to see Thanos' face, not even a single glimpse. So, as many people are saying, there's a bigger threat in Avengers 4 than Thanos. So, Avengers 4 will focus on time travel. And now, why do the superheroes have to time travel? Well, they have to do so that they can collect the Infinity Stones before Thanos can. And when this happens, Thanos will slowly lose all of his Infinity Stones as they start disappearing from his gauntlet. And we think that in the first 1 or 1.5 hours, Thanos is going to be finished, and then comes the next big threat. And the biggest question is, who is this big threat? Galactus, Annihilus? You're still thinking about it, but we're going to leave that question to you guys. So that was the trailer breakdown. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in another video.